And lighting still looks terrible. I'm gonna just look like a ghost because the time of day that we're recording, I can't stop laughing at how I look. Comes up later in the video.
Just darken the video.
Yeah, I just need like some shade, man. Maybe I gotta just go the opposite way and just close those.
That doesn't look as bad.
The more shutters we close, the more human I look. Yeah, now I'm not glowing. Okay, so this should have been episode 0, which is going to be episode 2 on your podcatcher, Spotify, YouTube. I gotta try to put it in other places, to be honest. Thanks for checking us out, watching, liking, subscribing. All that helps the algorithm. Should we say anything else? Keyword Soup with Hydrozoa, Jonny, and Sunami. Very first video we recorded, but the audio corrupted and it was just lost to audio problems, is player introduction, talking about who we actually are, how long we've been playing, and why people should even want to listen to us. I've done this before. I was actually on a podcast years ago, and then I can cut to you. Okay. And so this podcast I was on years ago, not as a host, I was actually a guest on MTG Pro Tutor with Sean Penrod was his name. Sean was interviewing regularly pro players and asking them, like, you know, level up tips basically to help regular players like me, actually aspiring pro tour players, and how to get better, like level up moments. It was the pro tutor, so he was getting pros to tutor like up and coming aspiring, I was going to say aspirational, I guess that works too, aspiring pros. And I was grinding the PPTQs, preliminary pro tour qualifiers, in my area in Orlando, Florida, a little bit in Tallahassee, but I was more so just playing like the game day championships, and there was like another tournament that they had regularly back then in like 2010 to 2012 or 13 when I was playing really competitively. And then around the time of Tarkir block, so like 2014 is when I pulled back from playing competitively for a little bit, because my play group, who had all been playing standard, all their decks rotated out, and they were all like upset. So they all built Commander decks. Commander, it was still EDH actually, I think. I think Commander was about to happen, like the switch or whatever, the official adoption name by Wizards. I almost said WotC, but it sounds too much like the bad word, the no-no word. So Wizards was about to adopt Commander as an official format and give it actual support, build Commander decks, which the original ones are, some of them, the early ones were not good, you know. So I was already playing when, you know, like, we all made the switch to Commander, and I was like, all right, I'll build a Commander deck, I'll play Commander with you guys. And I mentioned before I used to have a Jund deck, which was originally Kresh the Blood Braided. Okay. Because he was just so cool to me, like, as a character, as art and everything. And we were all playing slow decks back then. Oh, yeah. And then I switched to Prosh when that deck came out, because I was like, this card's sweet. And I don't even remember buying the Precon. I remember trading somebody for their Prosh, and I bought this other Jund thing, which is a product I want to talk about more, and I'm going to buy some sealed of and open for the channel. The Jund Plains Chase deck. And I put a bunch of those cards and the Prosh into my existing Jund deck to like upgrade it. And that's how I got to where I was as like my first real Commander deck. I did have a Rexiel the Risen Deep at one point. Technically a little bit before the Jund deck, maybe around the same time. I think I built them both at the same time. I just took all my good cards. So, yeah, that's like when I shifted from competitive back to more casual, you know, because I played kitchen table casually. From like 1999 onward, you know. Okay. My friends and I found a swamp on the ground, like a literal just a swamp, and I was like, "What's up with this Pokemon card?" Because that's what we were all playing at the time. Yeah. And I remember putting it in my binder and being like, "I don't know what this is, but it looks cool." So then eventually we made the jump from Pokemon to Yu-Gi-Oh, and then actually from Yu-Gi-Oh to Magic the Gathering. I had already casually been playing Magic a little bit with like friends in my neighborhood. We had like, I remember Giant Octopus and Trained Ogre or whatever, Trained Orc, and Shivan Dragon, stuff like that. Yeah. And then like when we really got into it with my friends in like junior high, we were just buying like the starter decks off the shelf at Walmart and playing those. Maybe buying some booster packs to upgrade, you know. And then let's see, what else? Oh, and then I went back to being competitive from around like 2015, I moved to Orlando. And that's when I met my buddy Chris. I knew him from second grade and then saw him again in Orlando. And I was like, yo, it's you. So he was playing competitively. So we played competitive standard and started going to like local tournaments, the F&Ms, and then the Saturday events if there was something within driving distance. And we were playing in those PBTQs. And, you know, it was fun, but competitive Magic is something else for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then around 2017, I moved to California. And I actually, there was like a desert. There was like nobody here to play with because none of the shops that exist now were around, or the couple that do exist were not good to play at.
No.
And then I didn't know you or any of our other friends. You know, I just met you recently.
Within
last year.
I want to say like almost a year to like
around
this
Tarkir.
Yeah, around Tarkir, Dark Dragonstorm.
Yeah, and when I met you, I think shortly after we met, Cam joined our group.
Cam was first.
Oh, okay. So when you two joined our group has grown a lot recently. We've had enough people to play regularly.
Oh, no, sorry. Cam came after me. You're right.
Oh, okay. And then Cody was right before you.
I am a little stony, so I was thinking Jonny for some reason.
Oh, Jonny. So my original play group, when we got back in, it was me and Tristan in 2022, when Tristan was like, yo, do you play? Because he saw my tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, this is terrible. No. I can do this. I can do this.
I can't.
I cannot do this. I cannot do this. So this is my Boros. It's so terrible looking on the camera because of the angle.
This is where you just take the still shot and just like, this is my tattoo.
This is my exact. This is what you're here for. See, genius.
Bam.
So yeah, we Tristan and I were playing 1-on-1 Commander at first, and then we got my buddy Devin in. And then, we got Devin in, and then Jonny was like, "Wait, you guys were playing Magic?" Went home, found his cards, came over like the next day.
Yeah,
and it was the four of us, and I was like, "We got a Commander pod again, baby!" And it was like revolutionary. It's done so much for our lives, to be honest. And I'm so glad that you play now. And yeah, that was my 10 minutes. Super long-winded to get from 1999 when I started playing to 2022. I probably didn't have to be so long-winded. Probably could have just said I like control, I like blue, I like black, and I play a bunch of decks. So, and did I even say my name is Fern and I'm Hydrozoa? Better known as.
We do intros first, and then we can just do.
We'll record an intro at the end, and that's what I had to do for our last video, and slap it in the beginning.
There we go. That's all you got to do.
You're an editing professional already. All right, so what do you want to say about your Magic the Gathering history? Who you are as a player?
So I was a big Pokemon guy. As a kid,
saw your binder yesterday.
You saw my binder yesterday.
Oh my god!
My Lost Treasures binder.
My binders. I have three. Those three combined are not as cool as your one binder that you had. Oh,
and it wasn't even like a full binder. It was only
rub it in. Yeah, this isn't even all of it. This isn't even my final form.
I mean, it was all of it, but like it wasn't that many pages. But it just say like
it could maybe be a little more.
It does take effect that sometimes when you luck into a set or something on the ground floor and it pops off huge like Pokemon did. So a lot of my higher rate, the ones that are worth the most are from the Team Rocket set because they're all first editions. Because when the sets came out, it was like almost everything was first edition when they first came out.
Right. So yeah, what they did was they always did 2 or maybe even more print runs, but the first print run got that first ed stamp on there. So I have a quick question before you go on. As far as Pokemon goes, how old were you when you were playing the Pokemon card game that first? Like 10? 12?
13, somewhere around that. Yeah, 13,
so
13 12, 13,
that explains.
14.
I was looking at your cards yesterday. So clean. Your Charizard's so clean.
Yeah.
Because you look at some of my old cards, bro. I was like 8, I think, when I got my first cards. It's like when Cam asked yesterday, what are you for? Bro, my cards look pretty bad. So I had a lot of my recent pickups to fill out my vintage collection have definitely helped improve the value of it because a lot of my cards are kind of old and scuffed.
So because of, I was big into the game. Like, I wasn't so much the Pokemon card collector.
Mm-hmm.
I was the Pokemon trading card game player.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Charizard, it's a cool card.
Oh, man.
It costs way too much to do its effects.
So I watched a Pokemon gameplay history, and I watched how the original sets, like base set to Fossil was.
Yeah.
You were playing in that era, which to me,
Yes.
that's like some of the peak. It's rock, paper, scissors card
Yeah.
gaming. There's 3 good decks.
And that's when they changed the style and how everything works out now. It's a completely different game.
Yeah.
As the vintage game, as we can call it now.
Right. I literally have vintage binders, and then I have 2 modern binders. And the modern binders, I don't like to look through them as much. And when I do, it's like, okay, this SIR, the Special Illustrator Rare, this one's really cool. But it just doesn't hit the same as a Charizard in its original frame.
Yes.
You know, like a Venusaur, Blastoise, for me also Chansey, Aerodactyl.
Yeah.
Those original cards in their original frames, I love the way those cards look. There's something about them that like dopamine straight into my brain, just like it's firing off. I absolutely love looking at the vintage cards.
So you're saying there's about like 3 type of decks for Pokemon that were... I was the Haymaker style. I was just... So my deck consisted of... It was 3 Electabuzz.
Yes!
3 Hitmonchan.
Yes! Scyther.
3 Scyther.
Yes!
3 Fossil Magmar.
Oh man!
And if I was...
That deck is cool!
And if I was feeling froggy, I would have Mewtwo in there.
Crazy!
I would have both the original base set Mewtwo
and the movie one,
and the movie one.
Flexing on them.
Yes,
bro.
Yes.
Me, if I could, I would build the Jab deck. I would build Hitmonchan is one of my favorite cards.
Yes.
So much so that when I got back into the Pokemon Pocket app a couple years ago, I built a fighting deck all around. I'm like, I got Hitmonchan. I'm gonna be doing 30 or 50 with weakness for 1 energy. They're not gonna stand a chance. Hitmonchan is so power crept that it is not even remotely playable. It's not even remotely.
Again, a totally different game.
Yeah.
Like, so that's where I was always Pokemon. That's all it was. I was playing Pokemon. That's all.
When did you get into Magic?
It was so. I was always playing Pokemon, but then I'd be like, let me get like 3 packs of Jungle and a base set. What's that?
What's that?
What's that next to it? Magic.
Like, and sparkle.
And to this day, I could not tell you what sets they were, whatever.
What year was it?
2000. 2001.
Off the rip, I'm just gonna go Alliances.
I'm seeing either a blue or a greenish box.
Ice Age.
Something like of those colors.
Homelands.
In my head.
That's what I'm off the rip. Now, this I'm gonna definitely edit in if I'm right, and if I'm wrong, this makes like the cutting floor. It makes like the B-reels for bloopers. Magic the Gathering sets by chronological order. Okay, Magic sets in order, and I'm gonna go. Oh my God! How many pages?
5,000.
Okay, we gotta skip ahead a couple pages. So the year's 2000, you said?
I want to say 2000. Yes.
Okay, so let's see. In 2000, the year 2000, the sets that released in the calendar year of our Lord 2000. Nemesis, Starter, Prophecy, Beatdown, Invasion, Plane Shift. I can't believe I got that wrong. I should have known that. I'm gonna look like an absolute fool because wait till you see what I've got right here. I can just bring up the
Moron.
stack. So let's look. I got 2 of the 3 because I'm reading the second book of this cycle. So here we have Time Spiral, and I've got Planar Chaos on my nightstand right now. Or in the suitcase, because we just got back from our trip. This is Future Sight, Book 3. These are 3 of my favorite books. They're not the best written books, but they're great. And then look, I've got Book 1, 2, and 3 of the Invasion, Plane Shift. Look how clean these are. Apocalypse. Like, Gerard Capuchin in the purple cover with the apocalypse and the set symbol. This is such a well done book cover. It's just so simple, so clean. You know what it is. I love these. Anything with like the Weatherlight was good for me as a kid. I was a huge fan of the Weatherlight and the whole crew and everything. So I should have maybe built a Sisei deck. And then I'm actually missing Odyssey, book 1 from this cycle. I literally don't own it. So maybe one of our kind viewers can sell it to me because I have not been able to find it in a bookstore locally. Torment, and Judgment. And then, of course, Odyssey would make it OTJ, not Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Odyssey, Torment, Judgment. I remember around the time OTJ was the draft set at the shop, someone was like, are we drafting OTJ today? And I'm like, we're doing Odyssey, Torment, Judgment?
Sadly, no.
And they all were like, no. Never.
It's Outlaws of Thunder Junction.
Yeehaw! Why can't I hold all these lines? That meme. I'm editing that one in. So, yeah, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, I drafted one time. One time. And it was not good. Look who it is!
What up?
Alright, so now we gotta bring in the third chair and we're gonna pop you right here. Okay, so tell us more about your... your Magic the Gathering pack.
So, I would just, I bought a couple packs when I got my Pokemon. I couldn't tell you what I had. What I did enjoy was the art. It's actually what drew me to Magic in the first place. Was the art of the cards themselves. It was just, it's not Pokemon. It was more realistic. So
I am gonna sound like such a dork for this, but the art is good, yes. But for me, what drew me in is the original Magic the Gathering card frames. I think we talked about this before too, and it might have corrupted in that video, or maybe it was in the one that made it in episode 0. I love the original green and blue, especially. I don't know why I just did the 6-7 thing. Green and blue, especially, I feel like had the best classic card frames. Black, white, and red were pretty good too, but for something about blue and green just does it for me in my brain. And then you got some Magic cards,
and then I kind of just sat on them, and then it wasn't until 2015 a buddy of mine was like, you should play Magic.
2015.
And I was like, I don't know.
Magic Origins?
Yes.
Kaladesh?
Yeah.
Or I guess we say, what's the new... Aviskar? The set was originally Kaladesh and then Aether... Not Aether Drift. That's the new one. Aether Revolt. Revolt. I had to go through it. You see, I had to go through a couple...
I just remember the box, because I had the I think I guess it was the booster box, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. The play box.
It would have been just a booster box back then. I don't remember when they did this switch to play, set, and draft.
Yeah.
I hated that. And then when they went down to just play and collector, I was like, well, this is a step in the right direction.
Right.
It could have just been booster pack, collector booster pack.
Yeah.
Or regular booster pack, deluxe booster pack. Or what they really want to call them, poor booster packs and your rich Chad packs. That's what they want to say. That's what they want to do.
I think I played Obnix. It might have been Obnicholas.
Oh, I know him. He brings presents on Christmas Eve, right? Obnicholas?
I think it was Obnicholas.
Here, Johnny, bring in the chair, and we can go ahead and pause here. Okay, and then you mentioned 2015. Your buddy got you back in?
Got me actually introduced and started playing Commander.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play that much. We only played once or twice, and then found out our buddy Jason played. We snuck into a place, to one of our buildings that we held our wrestling ring at, to play Magic, because it was our only space we could get. And Jason had his band playing, so I walked in, I was like, oh crap, see you later, and I walked out. And then I sat in the car, I was like, no, I don't want him to know that. I don't want to know my dirty shame.
He's gonna find out I'm a nerd.
And then my buddy Arnie at the time, he's like, no, let's just do it. I was like, you know what? You're right. Let's just do it. So we went back in, set up, got our game up, and Jason's like, all right, guys, I'll see you later. When his band took off, and next thing you know, he comes back and he's got his cards and he throws them on the table. He goes, so Commander or EDH or whatever the format was at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was the Spider-Man meme. It was like, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I stopped playing for a while until this last year.
Yeah.
When it was at a show, the local LGS was across the street. And sorry for people who say it, but if it weren't for Universes Beyond, I probably wouldn't be here right now, because it was the Fallout set.
When Jane comes on, I'm going to have the same conversation. If it wasn't for Fallout, Final Fantasy, stuff like that, admittedly, they do like Magic the Gathering IPs, but when I list the ones that they like, I'm gonna scream for a second here because they like Murders at Karloff Manor and Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Those are their two favorite sets, and it's like, what? You're the customer Magic wants.
Those are my two least favorites.
Yes.
Right? Those are way down there at the bottom. Okay, and then that's how Jason got you into the group.
Jason
then
got us,
invited you to the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
The rest is history.
Yeah, I started playing with you guys, and
hell yeah.
This last year I just experienced like
Built so
growth.
many decks.
I went from a bracket to dog meat pre-con to now I have like I think I'm upwards to like 12 decks.
This
now.
is where I put in. I think it's the Tony Stark meme with his hands up. And
Yeah,
he's got all the decks around him.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did my intro. Mine was way more long-winded than yours, but I do think we probably did get you close to 10 minutes by me asking you some questions and helping expand yours. And then today we actually have who will probably be the third pillar, a regular, ideally. Kind of like Brainstorm Brewery, we'll also have a fourth person. It'll be Tristan, who will be regularly calling in on our Discord to join, and when he's not able to make it here. And she's gonna have to probably go out. I was gonna let her be in here if she was gonna be quiet.
I was wondering why you were freaking out over it. It was like I just see you like,
Like,
what's going on?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah, I saw him looking at too. Like Johnny's gonna tell me in a second. Don't look now, but there's an interdimensional rift opening behind you. Should we do anything about that?
Like,
She's knocking down all my books. I just showed those on camera too. All right, so here, you grab the books. Lily, come here, girl. Come here. Hey, Liliana.
They're all magic books too.
Yes, those are all magic books. Those are all. So here, I'm gonna squeeze by you real quick. We are recording in my study, which is really a space made for one. It's my fortress of solitude, and occasionally I let other people in. I phased in and out there. Okay. So we talked about my magic history, basically. I mentioned that I like blue and I like control. And what about you? Favorite color? Or colors, if you can't.
I think we kind of before.
I keep bringing it on camera because I'm so used to having it.
Down we go, man.
Yeah,
You can have it back at the end of the day.
It goes in the teacher's drawer until the end of the day.
I guess we were talking earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Black, green, and white, I guess, are my three colors I play the most.
Okay.
The deck my favorite deck is Mardu. It's Zergo Thunder Decree.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which doesn't have green, but it does have black and white.
Black, white, and red.
Right.
So that's the only one I have a goblin deck, but then blue, I have very little blue. There's something.
What is it about blue you don't like? Because most people don't like blue.
For me, I like to play Magic where a lot of people get to do the thing, and Hugh just gets to pop off bigger, faster.
Okay.
Or not necessarily bigger, faster, but like I like seeing a big giant board, like a giant, because I see it as
Blue can do that. Have you seen mechanized production?
But I also see blue canceling people from making big boards. Mm-hmm. So I like to see it as a big, like, Avengers Endgame.
Blue is like Deal or No Deal. You get no board. I get a board and a handful of cards.
Yes. Yes.
Green is kind of, I get a board and a handful of cards.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, green. I talk about green being unfair. It's not really that it's unfair. I like to joke and be, like, kind of extreme about it. But it is extremely good at what it does. Yes. Better than every other color is at what they do.
Right. As a player that was like coming back into it, green's a great like beginner color. I feel like.
Yep. You ramp, you play threats, and you have extra cards in your hand because there's so many things that trigger draw a card, draw a card, draw a card. Exactly. So yeah, I guess that's basically everything we need to know for your intro. We can splice together as needed, and now we have the third regular. Johnny, do you have anything you want to say about tell who you are, rather, about your Magic the Gathering history and who you are as a player?
Hello, guys. So I started playing Magic back in, when was I working? 2016, 2017, back when I was working at GameStop. A couple of my buddies that got me into it.
Yeah, it didn't line up. If I had met you right when I moved here and not a few years later, Because I moved here in 2017 and I had no one to play with.
Yeah, that's when I started getting into it, and then like because I had went to this little tiny what was it? I don't even think it was a tournament. It was just kind of like a big old card like convention thing over at Cal Poly, and they were doing a bunch of different cards. And at the time,
You told me about this before, yeah.
At the time, I was mainly into Yu-Gi-Oh. I used to play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh.
You're the reason why I have any Yu-Gi-Oh cards right now.
Growing up as a kid, I just watched Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like that. If it wasn't obvious, I like anime. So I was playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! And so I went to that convention, or whatever the hell it was. And so there were some guys playing, I think Standard was the thing at the time. I mean, it's always been a thing in Magic, correct?
Standard's kind of always around, even when it's not good. People are playing it.
Yeah, so I went up there, they gave me a deck to borrow, and I played it, and I was like, okay, I can kind of see like this being like Yu-Gi-Oh! But at the time, for me, it was like a little slow. Sue was correct. I think one of the first decks I did play was either black-green or just a green deck. Mono green, that someone just handed me.
Yeah. And then when you eventually made the jump into Commander, what was that like?
Oh, that's when my eyes got opened up into the whole world of Magic. That's when I was working at GameStop, and I think we finally got in a couple Commander decks at shop, and a couple of the guys who were already into Magic, they were picking them up, and they were like trying to explain to me, oh, this one does that, we can play that, do all this, and so we all grabbed one individual deck from the set at the time. I think it was, if I remember correctly, when it came out, because it had been a couple
not that
years.
we just proved a minute ago I'm not that good at this, but let me see. 2017. I know 2015 Magic Origins is probably right. We'll look it up later and edit it. 2017
black and white.
Ixalan?
Ixalan, yeah. But then I remember it wasn't like right away when I first started like there. It was, I want to say, maybe like a year afterwards. So it was closer to what, the 20, it was like, what was it? Wasn't there a 2019 like core like?
Yeah, there would have been.
Yeah,
that would have come out in like 2018 in the summer because they do them a year ahead.
And then I remember there being like a 2020 core,
which came out in the summer of 2019.
Yeah. So, and I think those were the couple.
That was the last core set.
Yeah, if I remember,
and
that was the last
core set. They were like, hey, we're not doing this anymore.
I remember that.
And then Foundations happened.
Now that you remind me of 2020 core, I used to play Magic on Xbox.
Oh yeah, that is a thing. I used to do it on my phone.
Oh, that's right.
Duels of the Planeswalkers?
Yes.
My buddy Coop and I used to do it on our phones and battle each other.
So that's how I got to playing a lot more Magic. Like when I wasn't.
It's Magic adjacent. It's a little different.
It's a little different.
And then there's that other one, Puzzle Quest.
Yeah, there was that. But there's one that was like an actual like you're playing full Magic game.
You're playing a game, but it was like. I remember there being some elements that were different. I mean, is this the one where goblins and elves and stuff actually appeared up on the battlefield and attacked each other?
No.
Okay, so maybe I'm thinking of a different game.
This one was all. It looks very much like Arena does now.
Okay.
But
I'll have to look up. I'll go through the analogs, the internet, and find what it is.
Yeah.
But,
okay, so then, Johnny, what else then? You made the jump into Commander. What was like your... Did we ask you your first Commander deck? We might double back to that. But what was your first Commander deck?
Oh, gosh. I can't... See, that's the thing. I was just trying to think about it, too. I remember...
Was it your black-white life gain deck?
No. Technically, that would be his first Commander deck, but if I had to go back from the time I was playing with them, it was this one deck that had something to do with a mask. This lady had, like, a mask. She was holding a blue mask, and there was a bunch of other masks around her. It had something to do with enchantments.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's
I see the art.
I
see it. Like,
it was a
Seedry Galvanic Genius?
Like a blue box. So I'm guessing it had to have blue in it, if I remember correctly. Which I think it was blue and green was the commander. I want to say blue, green, white. I could be wrong.
Was that when they used to come with like a giant commander card?
I have some of those.
Yeah.
Used to come with a giant commander. That would technically be my first commander.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the name or what it was, but it was a lot of fun. And we'd just go over. I think there was a couple nights I think we'd just go over after work to my buddy's house at the time, and we all just play Magic for at least a couple hours, just have a couple drinks, and it was a lot of fun. And that's why I was like, man, this is way better than Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
And more social because you have 4 people to play with, or 3 other people to play with, or however many people you can get. Once you start pushing past 6, it's a little much.
Right, yeah.
But I honestly think it was look up the Magic set from 2020, I think.
Is it this?
No.
No, not that.
That's not it either.
No. I'll have to just look up, like, What year do you think it was?
Look up 2018 Commanders. Yeah. Wow, spot on that one right there.
That was perfect.
Wow, look at my.
This isn't even on the camera. This is just for us. And it was blue, white, green. Wow. Okay. Estrid the Masked.
Pretty good with my memory.
Estrid the Masked. Oh, yeah. Okay. Exactly as you described it. Pretty good, dude. Pretty good. So, untap each enchanted permanent you control. Create a white or enchantment token named Mask attached to another target permanent. The token has enchant permanent and totem armor. Oh, so that thing gets destroyed, if that creature would be destroyed, that thing is destroyed instead.
Mm-hmm.
And then -7, her ult. Put the top 7 cards of your library into the graveyard. Return all non-aura enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then do the same for aura cards. Oh, cool. Okay. Estrid the Mask can be your commander, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I actually might still have that oversized one.
I have some oversized ones in one of those boxes there, yeah.
I wish I still had at least the cards. I think I still have some of the cards from the deck, but I don't have that card in particular anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, you were right. And if you wanted to get that deck today, $57.
Not bad.
It's not terrible.
$56.95.
And then with shipping, though, true. If shipping's included, then it's fine. But if shipping wasn't for that one, then you're looking at some more.
Why you gotta ruin my fun?
I'm a blue player.
Yeah.
What is your favorite color?
So I've been trying to think about this all day, and I think honestly my favorite color I'm gonna go with is black, because it's one of the best colors, if not the best color in Magic.
I think
besides blue.
I think black and blue I go back and forth between this.
Hand.
It depends on what day it is and what card I'm thinking of. But I go back and forth between black and blue being the strongest.
I think another reason too why I like black so much, and then another reason why it got me into Magic so much, was because the art styles on most of the black cards are pretty freaking cool. I like a lot of horror stuff and a lot of crazy stuff, and the black cards always carry that. I like
green is right there though.
Yeah, green is up there. That's why I think my favorite 3-color combination would be Soul Tie.
I feel like white is a great support color. It's not as deep as green, and it's not as powerful necessarily as green.
No.
And then red just doesn't really appeal to me. I have a mono red deck and I have a Jeskai deck. And 5 colors, but the red is barely used.
Which is interesting to me too, because I was thinking today, why do I want to build a blue, black, red deck? Why am I blanking? Grixis color. I think
he's building Rog's Eye
for CDH. I think just in CDH, because I don't really play red in my casual commander decks, but in CDH, I think red is pretty good because it's a lot of like in your face.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's why I like having white as support too, because I like Mardu and I like Abzan, where again white's just like the support side.
Yeah,
it's got some of the best, most efficient removal.
Yes.
It's like the removal color in all the 1-drop removal.
Yeah,
that's good. All the other colors, if you look at the comparative, look at the blue. I'll go Moober just by default. It's how I do it. I'm not prejudiced towards blue here. So white has Path and Swords, and on another level you have Condemn and other stuff like that, right? Blue has Rapid Hybridization and Pongify, and the other one that bounces into the Flood Maw. None of those are as good.
No.
And then I can explain in case we should. That's because they destroy those first two. Rapid Hybridize and Pongify destroy. It's not as strong as Exile. And then the other third option there was a bounce spell.
Oh, yeah.
They're just going to play the thing again. So you're just trying to stop a win right now and then maybe win before they play the thing again.
Yeah.
Then you look at white, blue, black. Black, their 1-drops, it's like you need things to die to trigger the condition on the -13 morbid one. What's that called? Tragic Slip.
Yeah.
And then the other one, Fatal Push. They're both falls and push, fall oriented. Yep. Fatal Push. It has to be like a 4 or less, something like that.
Oh wait, now I'm thinking of it.
And then a lot of the other ones that are 1-drop in black, it's like sacrifice a creature or a thing to be able to do it.
Yeah, sacrifice a creature.
And you're losing stuff. Now you're 2 for 1-ing yourself. You're trading 2 things for their. That's the opposite of good. That's we're going the wrong direction, black. And then let's go to red. Red's 1-drop removal, Lightning Bolt, Shock. Just so weak in today's Magic. In Standard, it's still fine.
Yeah.
But in Commander, it's just Lightning Bolt's okay in CDH because you can hit some of the 3 bodies and lower. There are some relevant ones.
Yeah.
But after that, red falls off an effing cliff, you know? And then green, Tail Swipe. But you have to have a creature. and that spell can be blown out.
Yes.
All of your fight spells. I think there's one other green removal spell. Legolas's Reflexes is a protection spell, but I think it lets them... Maybe I'm thinking of something else. There's a protection spell that gives Death Touch that I used to joke is the green Path to Exile. Gift of the Viper. I joke it's the green Path to Exile.
Yeah.
Because if you have a creature, you give your creature Death Touch and you got rid of their thing for 1 mana. Yeah.
What's worse? When you're flipping through your binder, you're like, no, I'll pass, look through another binder, and then you go back to get it and it's gone. Or you buy the single, you're like, I'm going to buy a pack too, and then you pull it from a pack.
The absolute worst.
That's worse.
Absolute worst.
Yeah. It's almost just as bad as buying the single. You're like, I don't have this card. You get back home, you're shedding your deck, you go through your binder, and it's right there. And you just wasted however much.
I have done that so many times, it's embarrassing. I have so many cards. Whenever people ask, how'd you get 3 Born Upon the Wind? I opened them. Yeah, I didn't buy it 3 times because I kept forgetting I have it. Valley Flood Color, I did legitimately open 3 of those. And I think actually I had a 4th one at one point, and I traded it off. Because I opened a lot of Bloom Burrow. It's my favorite set of... I think it's my favorite set of all time. That could be our next topic. We can just roll into more introductory stuff. My favorite set or sets of all time, I love Bloom Burrow, which I know a lot of people aren't a fan of, but I enjoy the frames, the art, the little intro video, like Jim Henson's puppet one did for Lauren Eclipse. When I watched Mabel with her little Cragflame sword up against the Elemental, the Wild Seer or whatever, I forget his name, I'm going to just show the card. Oh, it was so cool. I actually was just like, I want to buy a lot of this set when I saw that video, Yeah. And then, I also like Time Spiral and Planar Chaos Future Sight, those 3. And then kind of a couple other ones here and there, I'm sure. If it was a good draft set or it has cool card frames, I'm probably there. What about you, Sue and Johnny? We'll go Sue first. What do you think?
I'll go with Johnny first.
Oh, Johnny, you need more. Do you need more time?
I was to say, I actually
do you need more time as well?
I have one in my head, which is a set that we're returning to next month.
That's right, you mentioned this, yes.
Yes. So my favorite set is Strixhaven. It was probably one of my favorite sets because I think that was one of the sets around the time when I was getting back into Magic, or when I mentioned the Commander time. I think that set either came out prior to when I got my Commander deck, or maybe right after.
Yeah.
And so I picked up a lot of that set. Was learning a lot about the lessons.
Yeah.
And all that other fun jazz and side decks and all that stuff.
I missed Strixhaven completely. I think you did too, right? Yeah, I missed it completely.
And it was really, at the time, it was really cool.
Do you have Mystical Archive cards? You have some in your collection?
I have one, and it's the...
Those are out of all the card frames, all the treatments, I think they're my favorite.
That's
especially the Japanese ones.
That's the only one I have, and that's the Demonic Tutor is
I'm going to be that meme when you put a Japanese card. I want the Japanese foil Mystical Archive cards so badly. Whenever I bling out Tivit, those are the upgrades I'm looking for. Because there's tutors and stuff in those sheets.
We have, I think we only have, 11 spoilers cards for this new set coming out, and they all look amazing. There's one in particular that I think it's a black-green. She's a familiar, I can't remember her name right now, but I know she's a very familiar Magic character. And the universe Magic, and I already want to either make a deck around her or throw her in a deck. But those 11 cards right there alone make me... I'm probably going to pre-order a collector's pack for this for sure. But yeah, I think that was my favorite set.
What's this new set going to be called? Because the first one was School of Mages.
Strixhaven, oh god.
Is it a curriculum of... No, that's the book. How about I just put Strixhaven 2026? Yeah.
Secrets of Strixhaven.
Oh yeah, Secrets of Strixhaven. Yes.
So this is what they've shown up. I can flash each of these across the screen one at a time, but we can talk about these maybe because Strixhaven's coming up and you're excited about it.
Yeah.
That can definitely be a video, especially coming up soon.
Oh yes.
We're getting Dina back.
That's the one I'm talking about. Read what she does.
I know what she does. This card is 1 black and green, a 2/3 legendary creature, Dryad Druid. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. That's still fine because you can do it 4 times a turn cycle. Tap 2, tap her, sacrifice another creature. You gain X life. Put X plus symbols and counters on target creature you control, where X is the sacrificed creature's power. Works pretty well with a lot of different strategies. I like having a sack outlet that gives you benefits. This one does cost 2 mana. She's not free, and you have to tap her. But there's plenty of ways to untap in green and artifacts that untap.
So that's why I was thinking about. I was necessarily think I would make her a commander. She'd probably be good in the 99 or decent in the 99.
Yeah. She'd be cool. You said Strixhaven, that's right.
After thinking, I would probably say Tarkir, like Dragonstorm.
Ooh, that is a really good
But
set.
I don't know if that's biased because that's the set I was playing like when I got back into, or that was the newest set. So I like bought a lot more of that. So I have more of it. So I've seen, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's something about when you got to play limited, playing limited also broadened my skill level playing Tarkir because playing limited in 3 colors is a lot more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you have Tarkir, which is the base says base on 3 colors,
Yeah.
that's the way I would do it. So I think that's, and I like Mardu a lot. Either Tarkir or I would have to see Lorwyn that just happened earlier. That was another
Lorwyn was a
set.
pretty cool
It was
set.
really fun. I did experience. I played a lot of limited again, so I got to play in goblins. I got to play with merfolk. I got to play with the Kithkin. So I experienced a lot of the different.
Yeah, out of all of us, you play the most. You draft every week almost, right? Or you were.
For a while when we weren't, if we weren't getting together.
And then we play weekly in EDH. All 3 of us, Commander. I tend to still call it EDH, especially because CEDH came up recently. Eventually, when it gets adopted by Wizards, will it be CC for competitive commander? Will they?
Maybe.
Are they going to
They're not
rename
gonna
it?
change that.
No,
It's
they
been-
won't.
it's
It's
been CD
we're
for
dug
the
in,
longest
and we
time.
refuse to change our opinion regardless of the information presented before us.
Yeah.
That's how I feel the CDH community is sometimes. Where can people find you online? Because Johnny here streams.
Ooh,
You're
yes.
streaming every few days,
I
right?
try to stream every few days. Andrew and I have been trying to come up with a schedule.
Where are you streaming at?
So I'll be streaming on Twitch. You can look me up. I'll be the Ghost of Johnny 5.
I'll link it in the channel. What do they call that? The description for this video.
Yeah. Someone pointed out a very good fact about my name. How can I be the ghost of someone who is alive?
Who's alive? He didn't die at the end of his movie,
No,
right? He didn't
die,
short circuit or
he's
anything,
alive.
as the movie was called.
That's the movie, yeah. But the reason why the ghost is in there is because I used to play a lot of. I mean, I still do. I play a lot of Destiny. You have a ghost that keeps you alive.
That's right.
Yeah. So
I for some reason thought it was like a Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yote thing because you recently were into that.
I was playing a lot of Destiny 2, especially around the time during COVID. That's when I made that.
You still stream Destiny 2, or are you mostly streaming other games these days?
Every now and then when the guys or anyone.
What are you streaming like recently?
Recently, I'd be streaming Marathon, another Bungie game, kind of like Destiny.
Oh, you're a Bungie fan, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
they make good games. To be
Arc
fair.
Raiders, Resident Evil 9. Like I said, big horror fan.
Have you finished that game?
Not yet.
I heard it's good.
It's
I don't want to
really
spoil
good.
it for you. I watched Charlie and a couple other people play it. It
I've
looks
gone. Minor spoilers for you two. I am about to get to.
Okay, so we mentioned your Twitch. Where else can people find you?
You can find me on TikTok. I'm pretty sure it's underneath the same name, the Ghost of Johnny, or if not, it's Johnny 5 is Alive. And then Discord channel. We got the Johnny Scoop Room. Everyone coming there.
Right. I don't
games.
have one for this yet. I think we eventually will have to make a Discord that's like tied specifically to this podcast.
Yeah.
Especially if we're gonna do gaming stuff too. Like we can mention that as some like stretch goals. If we ever get anywhere with this and it goes beyond just being a passion project, 3 dudes sitting in one room with one mic, eventually we'll get more mics, better lighting, better shebang, maybe also do some gameplay because I do love playing the game and I think playing with you guys is a lot of fun.
Yeah, like we've had that discussion. Like Jason, our buddy, already has a banner for us called Destroy All Creatures.
I can link his channel. His is Destroy All Creatures.
Yeah. And then we've talked
on
about
YouTube.
games.
We were talking about making that the gameplay channel, so hopefully we can still do that. Maybe we'll see. And then Keyword Soup on Spotify and YouTube where you're watching this, or Spotify where you're listening to this. I'm Hydrozoa. If you search either of them, you'll find me on YouTube. And then I also am on Reddit and Archidect. I'd say Archidect's like the big one. I would like for people to check out my decks. I think I put a lot of work in them to be very mid, and I would like for people to see how mid my decks are. And then Sue, where can people find you if you want?
I'm on Instagram, _Sunami. It's mostly like pro wrestling based.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think you wrestling content.
It's mostly my wrestling content.
So you're seeing like Magic the Gathering mostly, video games mostly, wrestling mostly,
mostly.
but we all have this one thing that intersects, and it is that Magic the
Magic,
Gathering.
yeah.
That's why we're all here. Okay, so I think we did all of our shout-outs. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The lighting is probably a little out of whack because of the time of day that we're doing this. So I'm like literally glowing. Look how glowing.
I know, I've been noticing my glasses are like... Well, I have
Yeah, I'm like
glasses on, so
literally
it's like-
glowing. But the lighting is, it might also be... that did not help.
No, it was.
It's
It's-
the light.
The lighting at this time of day, we're gonna have to land on a better either at night with like natural lighting or something. Our lighting is all out of whack. I definitely look like I can't
Little
stop
pasty.
like a ghost, bro. I should be the ghost of Hydrozoa, and you should be Johnny 5 is alive.
Yeah,
Because
oh my
look at
gosh.
the difference it does. I need to get some melanin or something.
Oh my
Sheesh. Okay, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.